All I've done is try to be nice to you and you still don't.
Did you disrespect Skibidi Toilet?
Yes, I did.
Sticking out your gat for the Rizzler.
I recognise him. You're gonna be shooting.
Break the fence.
Brainrot. It's defined as a condition of mental fogginess, lethargy, reduced attention span, and cognitive decline that results from an overabundance of screen time. Basically, around half of your daily For You page on TikTok. That's if you don't consider yourself too good for TikTok and use Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts instead, so that you'd find out about all the memes with a 7-month delay. The most well-known part of that description that caused the appearance of the popular Family Guy and Subway Surfers TikTok trend was the reduced attention span. Kids nowadays are pushed out of the womb with an iPad straight to their hands. They consume media every day. First in the form of cartoons like Cocomelon, then the weird Spider-Man and Elsa stuff on YouTube, and afterwards they go to the land of TikTok, where they have an infinite number of clips at their disposal to scroll through every day. They don't like a certain clip? Nope. They watch for 3 seconds, then scroll to the next one, and just repeat the cycle for the whole day. This causes your dopamine receptors and attention span to be absolutely fucked. I've seen people do a detox for this shit by staring at the clock for 12 hours straight. Only on TikTok, man. That's how bad TikTok has damaged individuals. You might be questioning if this type of problem only surfaced nowadays, and well, yeah, it was aggravated in the last couple of decades. Our attention span went down as technology went up, but it was always present to us humans from the very beginning. When people would go fishing, for example, they'd go with a mate to chat whilst fishing or go by themselves to enjoy the scenery. Or why detention was always considered such bad punishment, or when the cavemen were grinding down stones to make the wheel and were just staring down into the distance at the Bronchiosaurus as he was eating leaves. With some fear in their heart, of course, but they still did it. That's if they lived at the same time as the Bronchiosaurus. I don't know, man. I take my history lessons from fucking Pink Panther, okay? Or when you'd listen to music whilst doing homework. The point is, humanity always needed some type of distraction whilst doing work. It's yin yang. It's peanut butter and jelly. It's fucking waffles and fried chicken. They pair together. It's always been like that. Though, fucking TikTok took it to the next level, I'm not gonna lie. The hydraulic press videos have been present for quite some time, from what I remember. Bowling bottles getting smashed and toilet fights hung by a fucking rope are quite new though, with multiple people commentating over them. If on tonal luck. But the cherry on top that appeared somewhere around the end of 2022 and beginning of 2023 are the Subway Surfer and Family Guy TikTok trend. Even the official Subway Surfers TikTok account made one. They spawned multiple variations, like the Minecraft ones where almost everyone uses the Spiral Tour parkour map from like 2015 with Reddit stories in the background, or the ones with sped up T-Banks or Colin Myers clips, and who can forget the wave of TikTok NPCs. There's also high effort and very entertaining Brainrot. I couldn't find the guys in question, even after scrolling down my TikTok likes for like half an hour, so I'll just explain it to y'all, and maybe you'll remember. There are the 2 guys that do random unexpected stuff. One video, one of them threw the pizza at the other, and it fell on the ground, so they went out to get McDonald's, I think, to eat. But then something happened, and on the way to the McDonald's, one rode the other, like fucking surfing on him. But then they came back and fucking reverted time to before the pizza hit the ground, so they have dinner. I don't know. I'm bad at explaining, okay? But it's maybe someone will remember. It's something along the lines of that. Imagine explaining this to someone in 2005 when YouTube first came out. What might have caused this uprising brainrot content? What was one of, if not the first case of brainrot in media for kids to consume? Well, for me, and probably many others, it was Uncle Grandpa. The cartoon, made by Peter Braungart, who also voices the jolly old man, made its series debut in 2013, but it was first shown as a concept in a 2008 animated short as part of a Cartoon Network project at that time called the Cartoon Institute. As with every cartoon pilot in history, the art style would be in most cases built on the same base as the official one, only it would be worse because at the end of the day it's just a pitch at the network. And how Uncle Grandpa already had a pretty sinister vibe to its appearance, the pilot only made it much more uncanny to watch. I swear, if you just change the soundtrack and fuck with the color palette a bit, it's an analog horror short. The pilot introduces us to the character's world and gives us a bit of background. Uncle Grandpa is the uncle and grandpa of every kid in the world, make of that what you want, and in every episode, he helps a different nephew or niece of his with their problems. In the pilot, he accidentally destroys the computer of his LOL-playing nephew and then proceeds to build a supercomputer, which is just a monstrosity of junk that releases monsters. That then, wait, the rabbit hole gets deeper, the monsters from that toilet became the characters of a show that's portrayed in the same art style of Uncle Grandpa, by the same guy, but it was released for 2 seasons before Uncle Grandpa got his show, so they went with the Toilet Monsters before the Dimensional Super Being Family Tree Abomination. That's the fucking standard here. You fight the monsters and that's it. It's only 7 minutes long after all. It also contains more than one fart joke. Even though it was only 7 minutes long, it would have probably been a viable way for my kid self to have a great time. Fast-paced, check. On colors, check. Problem arose, problem no more, check. And the fart jokes, of course. But the legal adult in me is now saying, what in the actual fuck have I just watched? Those 7 minutes of mine could have been better spent researching the latest crypto news and NFTs. I can't say it with a straight face, man. It's the 5th time I'm trying to record this line. I can't say it with a straight face. But man, did the NFTs just come and go. Fucking $1 million JPEGs, holy shit. When the series debuted in 2013, we got a clear look at Uncle Grandpa's butt. We have Mr. Gus, the giant lizard that just gives off huge Brian Griffin vibes. By the way, he acts more sophisticated, but unlike Brian, he isn't an asshole. He's also the old man's bodyguard. Pizza Steve, which is your clear example of random equals funny, and kids love pizza. They just added sunglasses to a slice of pizza, said that he's cool, and job done. I remember chuckling about making him in Minecraft automated back in primary school, so it clearly worked. The giant realistic flying tiger, which goes by the same random equals funny logic but on steroids. And lastly, his belly bag, which just joins in from time to time, but in general, it just stands there, zoned out. Average night after 1 AM, am I right, guys? The show's background art style progressed with time, as did the cursed poses they put Grandpa in. The show's first ever episode has the jolly old man help a kid who doesn't like his fat belly. He teaches him the powers of the belly, and together they beat up and escape the wolves from his t-shirt. Well, that's sense for you. In comparison, the last ever episode of the show is a Breakfast Club parody. The series stands at a 4.4 on IMDb. The first season is pretty consistent, holding itself at an above 7 per average in terms of episode ratings. The top 10 episodes of the show all are present in this debut season, but as time went on, the scores just got progressively low, the lowest being Uncle Grandpa's Odyssey, rated 4.5 out of 10. The lowest individually rated episode stands higher than the overall rating for the show itself. Pretty interesting when you think about it. Probably many people left reviews out of spite for, well, the show, and I can't really blame them. But another factor is how they just removed the theme song, which was an actual fun portion to watch, and I swear he says his catchphrase less over time, it being good morning. Now that I think about it, I always greet people with good morning, regardless of the time of day. Fuck. The way the art style got higher in quality over time also sucks, because the appeal to its dumb and over-the-top silliness was also helped by its art style. It was good, but not amazing. It fit, but when you make the art style better, then it doesn't fit. Just like the OJ glove. I guess this episode can be that bad if it's rated only 4.5. I mean, the Game of Thrones finale is rated lower, so...
A few moments later.
Guys, 1 minute into the episode, it turns into a fucking musical. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. Tiger goes to grab some ice cream, gets taken to the pound, and when the guys go to rescue her, Pizza Steve suggests doing it in the form of a musical to be more entertaining. Fuck you, Pizza Steve. On the other hand, one of the highest rated episodes, Internet Troll, is actually pretty enjoyable. It takes the silliness of the show and doesn't go over the top with it, and places it in an interesting and fun quick storyline. The episode was 9 minutes long, but it only felt like 5 minutes, so that's a plus. Uncle Grandpa posted the video online and got a bad comment from a troll. Then he and Mr. Gus go into the internet to find him and expose him to the internet in order to turn him into stone. Now, I know you guys won't believe me when I say this, but there are 3 funny jokes in this. So, let's count them as if we're in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. 1. The way Uncle Grandpa uploads his video on the internet. 2. How they just entered the internet. Uncle Grandpa is also the pioneer of breaking out of the Matrix. 3. And how Uncle Grandpa mistook the internet troll for an actual troll, but it later turned out to be true. And it wasn't pointed out constantly in the episode, it was only mentioned once at the beginning and that left out, so it was actually a surprise when it happened. I watched about 5 different episodes for this video. The most work ever put in a Lord Cell video. I know, I'm spoiling you guys today. And I can safely say that if I had a pen, I would have probably enjoyed this a lot. I would have added Taco Bell to the mix as well, but they don't do delivery at my location. Petty little fox. The way Uncle Grandpa just does the most random stuff and contorts his body and reality, given the fact that he's this super powerful being. There even was a crossover with Steven Universe, where the James were scared of how powerful he was. He locked them in a white background for like half the episode. Like what? Plus, his RV, which basically is like a portal between dimensions with an infinite number of rooms. I'm surprised people didn't make fan horror adaptations of this. But what I'm more surprised of is that he wasn't one of the cartoons shown in the TikTok trends. Like, besides Family Guy, I've seen South Park and even regular show, like a cartoon for children. So I think Uncle Grandpa would have been a perfect fit for that trend. But the thing to top it all, the funniest thing in regards to this franchise, by a mile, was the tweet the creator put out when the show got cancelled. Pure fucking gold.